Operation Barbarossa was a monumental military undertaking by Hitler's Germany, aimed at conquering the Soviet Union and securing the resources needed to sustain the Nazi war machine. Launched on June 22, 1941, this invasion marked the largest single military operation in history up to that point, involving more than 3 million personnel and thousands of tanks, aircraft, and artillery pieces. The objective was to swiftly defeat the Soviet Union, cripple its economy, and eradicate communism. However, as we shall soon see, this ambitious operation would ultimately prove to be a grave strategic blunder for Hitler's regime. Initially, Operation Barbarossa seemed to be progressing in Germany's favor. The German military achieved rapid advances, encircling and capturing large numbers of Soviet soldiers. Key cities such as Minsk, Smolensk, and Kiev fell into German hands. Yet, amidst these apparent victories, the German forces faced a significant challenge: the vastness of the Soviet Union itself. The distances they had to cover were immense, stretching supply lines thin and straining logistical capabilities. Furthermore, the harsh Russian winter would soon present a formidable obstacle, one that the German military was ill prepared for. As the operation continued, the German army encountered stiffening resistance from the Soviet forces. The Soviets employed a warfare strategy known as scorched earth tactics. They destroyed infrastructure, burned crops, and evacuated civilians, leaving behind a barren and devastated landscape. This approach deprived the advancing German forces of essential resources and severely hampered their ability to sustain the campaign. The vast distances, combined with the scorched earth strategy, posed major challenges for the Germans, ultimately leading to the stagnation of their offensive. As the brutal Russian winter of 1941 set in, the German army encountered its greatest adversary: nature itself. Unprepared for the extreme cold, the German soldiers faced frostbite, hypothermia, and equipment failures. The bitter temperatures froze machinery, immobilizing tanks and artillery. The shortage of winter clothing and supplies further exacerbated the situation. The Russian winter was a formidable enemy that the German military had underestimated, leading to a significant loss of momentum and morale. Hitler's decision to divert crucial resources to other fronts and engage in a multi-front war further strained the already weakening German offensive. The German military found itself increasingly stretched thin, unable to fully capitalize on its initial successes. The invasion of the Soviet Union gradually evolved into a protracted war of attrition, with neither side able to secure a decisive victory. Operation Barbarossa ultimately proved to be a catastrophic failure for Hitler's regime. The Soviet Union's vast resources, resilience, and determination, coupled with the strategic blunders made by the German High Command, ensured the failure of the invasion. The German military suffered heavy losses in men and equipment, while the Soviet Union, despite immense human casualties, managed to hold the line and eventually turn the tide of the war in its favor. In conclusion, Operation Barbarossa stands as a stark reminder of the perils of overreach and underestimating one's opponent. It showcases the tremendous challenges that arise when waging war on multiple fronts, and the importance of strategic planning, adaptability, and understanding the terrain. The lessons learned from this ill-fated invasion have since influenced military doctrines and shaped the conduct of warfare. As we reflect on the events of Operation Barbarossa, we earnestly strive to avoid repeating history's mistakes and pursue a world that learns from its past.